All right, I want to go over some quick shooting tips. I talked about both of these rifles in the gear section, but these tips are the same for any rifle you have. Number one, when you're hunting, make sure you keep your scope on the lowest power. Don't forget, like if you're shooting at something and you have it zoomed all the way into 9 power, don't leave it at 9, because the next time you see a critter and you go to try to find it in the scope, you're gonna have a small field of view, you won't be able to find it. Always dial that scope all the way back down. That goes for any type of hunting, especially big, small game hunting, where you're gonna be trying to track moving targets and small targets. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, build a good shooting position, i.e. have a solid rest. There's a lot of ways to do that. This gun's up on a tripod right here. Again, not very practical in a hunting situation. What is practical in a hunting situation is this little bipod. You carry it with you. You can adjust it to a sitting or kneeling position. Right now it's set for kneeling. And always practice like you play. So however you're gonna shoot in the woods, make sure you practice that way. Tip number three, safety. When you're walking through the woods, always have your gun on safe until you're ready to shoot. Finger outside the trigger guard. Don't be walking around the woods with your finger on the trigger. Tip number four, aim small, miss small, and practice like you play. I talked about the small targets earlier. You know, if you're trying to take headshots on squirrels, one thing I always like to do is aim right for the back of their eye in the middle of their head. Pick a very small spot, put your crosshairs on it, make sure you're solid. Again, deep exhale, finger tip on the trigger, not your whole finger on the trigger. Squeeze back really slow and let that trigger surprise you. Let that shot break and make a nice clean shot. So I hope those 4 tips helped you out, and I hope they make you a more accurate shooter. From all of us at Hunters Connect, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.